My name is Garrett Gross. Tradecraft to be a penetration tester, I guess, but I've had a lot of jobs in security and IT. Sysadmin, network engineer, tech support, sales engineer, technical product manager, ran and built a SOC, analyst, engineer. I kind of have the mile wide, inch deep type methodology. I had just accepted a job building a security operations center for an organization that did not have a security presence. So my first natural inclination was I need to map out all the assets. I need something very portable, something very lightweight that I can go and plant on something not have to deploy a server into an environment just to map out the devices. Then Rumble, now runZero, allowed us to see everything on every single network and just go step by step to understand, was this approved? Is this sanctioned? Is this up to a certain patch level that we need it to be? So it was just very fast, very, very lightweight, and gave us all the information that we needed to map out our environments. We looked at like the other asset management SaaS platform, and again, we ultimately landed on runZero because it didn't require this orchestration, this giant rollout and pre-definition of what we're going to think we're going to find. We could just put it on the network and it would tell us everything about. Trust in the results. We could validate everything. A lot of times you get false positives on, you'll find things that are a certain operating system and they come back as, Windows XP. And it's like, well, that's just not possible. We validated a lot of the results from runZero. We just found that it was unbelievably reliable and like there were no false positives. And I don't want to say there were no false positives because I don't want to say that, but I really don't think that there were. Our initial volley was just finding things and we didn't know what we didn't have. So runZero was instrumental in just providing that definition of the estate. But then, yeah, absolutely secondarily, we could see versions of software where we could intervene. And this was before we had a vulnerability management solution. So it actually kind of helped us out quite a bit, gave us way more functionality than we even expected out of it. Because again, we could see what versions of software were running and then, go use that to mitigate with the IT team. Before runZero, I didn't know anything. And it sounds like I'm being silly saying that, but like we didn't know anything outside of AWS, Azure, and the devices that were in Intune. Outside of that, it was anybody's guess. The consequence of not having that asset list, not having that visibility of what is actually there is paralyzing. I mean, it was a full-time employee's job to map out environments before we had runZero. But even then, you'd have to have someone manually running Nmap on environments and like doing all the manual work. So that'd probably be 3 more people. So we're up to now $450,000 a year. I think the absence of that visibility is just so hurtful to any organization. 100%. That's what it gave us, is the ability to be proactive. If I had to sum it up into one thing, it gave us the ability to identify issues before they cropped up.